Hello friends and family, it's Actus XD here, and today I wanted to talk to you about an add-on in New World that I think it is so good, it's worth the risk you take getting banned for it. And that is New World Minimap. Let's get stuck into it. Before we get stuck into anything, I do want to cover the risk that you're taking when you're using it, because Amazon have come out and specifically said that you run the risk of getting banned. So I don't want anyone installing this without being fully aware of that potential. So this is a community post made by someone back on the 15th of October asking whether this third-party minimap was allowed. Zav Keel from the Amazon customer service team responded saying that add-ons of this kind are not allowed, and so if easy anti-cheat detect it inside the game or you get caught for using it, you can be penalized. It's a no-no. The same community service member then goes on to say somewhere else they say that it's against the terms of use, and so you risk getting punitive action taken. Let's get stuck into what the add-on itself does. So let's jump over into the game. And if you look down the bottom right of my screen in between the health bar and my weapons, you'll be able to see a mini-map that appears there. Basically what the map is doing is reading the coordinates from the top right of your screen or from the in-game API and comparing that to New World Map or another one of those online maps. It's putting that information in the mini-map there on your screen, and it's pulling all the relevant node details or data and displaying it in live form. You can see as I move my character around, it's updating the direction I'm facing, all that kind of thing. If I press escape to get my in-game cursor, I can then look at the options and I can change things like the size of the minimap. All that kind of stuff is pretty easy for you to understand yourself. But the one thing that I do want to show you is that you can toggle exactly what the map's going to show you. You can turn chests on and off. I can turn all the ores off or back on again, or I can just choose the specific ores that I want to track when I'm, doing a specific farming route or something like that. It is an exceptionally useful tool when you are out farming or just even questing in the world, leveling up, that kind of thing, because it's going to show you all the chests that you need to get for those quests that track chests, so that you're not missing provisions or supply crates or elite crates after you've killed a boss. All of that kind of thing is going to be displayed right here on your minimap. I have found the speed of my gathering has increased so much because I just run directly to the node that I'm after, rather than having to run aimlessly around or look at a YouTube video following some route that someone else has chucked on the internet. So that's essentially what the New World minimap does, and in my view, it is so useful that it is worth risking the ban or the otherwise punitive action that Amazon Game Studios might take if they detect that you're using it. That being said, I know that they have specifically prohibited or come out against the add-on. However, to the best of my understanding from both my talking to people in game, my friends, as well as doing some research for this video and looking online on Reddit and the New World forums, I haven't seen one person, let alone be banned, but even talk about knowing someone that's been banned or had any punitive action taken against them for using this service. It's prohibited. Amazon's come out and said that. However, I don't know of anyone that's had any action taken against them. So whether they're just saying they don't want to use it and that's hopefully going to be the end of their enforcement action to try and deter people from using it rather than actually taking action against people that have been, I can't say. But I don't want to go ahead and recommend that you use this add-on without being fully aware that you potentially are risking getting either a timeout from the game or a permanent ban or something like that if you are detected using it. Now take what I say here with a grain of salt, because I'm absolutely no expert about this kind of thing with computers, but the two ways that the map can read your data is either through OCR, which is reading the actual numbers that are shown at the top right of your screen for your location. If you're playing in full screen mode, it can do that. Or via API, which is hooking into information that the game is spitting out on the back end, is my understanding. Now, as I say, I'm just basically making this up, but my gut feeling is that using OCR is going to be less easily able to be detected by easy anti-cheat, and therefore may slightly reduce your chances of copping enforcement action. That's what I've been doing ordinarily as I've been using this, although I must say I've only been using it for a few days as I've been grappling with the morality of it. My feeling is that the information that's displayed on the minimap is information that is not only available freely on the internet, but is also not against Amazon's terms of service or terms of use, and is not one that's going to lead to enforcement action being taken against you. That is, comparing your in-game location against a map on a browser, updating it, and then navigating to the node resources in that way. This is a more convenient version of doing that, and in my view, that course of action is so widely taken. In fact, it's almost necessitated if you want to be efficient and you're farming routes or gathering your supply chests, that simply expediting the process isn't gaining you any unfair advantage over other players. Certainly, I think it's a far cry from botting, hacking, doing all those kinds of things which are automating things that you would otherwise have to do yourself in-game. Maybe that's me puffing copium and trying to get some excuse or reason for being able to use it. Simply displaying information that's on a website in the game and live updates. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on the morality of using the minimap, as well as whether you have been or if you've refrained given the situation. If you're interested in using or getting the minimap, then I'll leave links down below, but the short instructions are that you need to install the Overwolf add-on, or program I should say, which is basically an add-on manager for a variety of games online, and from there in the app section you can search for New World Minimap, pop it up and just click launch. It'll immediately load when you load into the game, and to be able to access the settings, all you need to do is press escape to get your in-game cursor and click here. Obviously you can zoom in and zoom out and move the map by left click and dragging. I'll leave a link to the Overwolf website as well as the specific add-on down below. I know on the Overwolf app that there are a number of New World Minimap alternatives. The other one that I've used is Eternium Minimap, which is also really good. The reason that I'm using New World Minimap now instead is because, well, primarily Eternium Minimap disappeared for me despite closing, reopening the game, uninstalling it, shutting Overwolf down. I just lost that minimap. But I also find that the controls for the New World Minimap are a lot more intuitive, just pressing escape and getting into the settings. The other one you've got to remember, complicated, well not complicated, but you've got to remember function buttons to show and hide and zoom in and all that kind of thing. I just found this slightly easier. The benefit of using the Eternium Minimap over this one is that you can directly import routes, however you want to say it, from other players, and it'll show you not only the all locations but the routes other people have created that you can follow to most efficiently pick up that ore. I didn't use that myself, I was just happy showing the ore and running around to it, but that is one of the options on the other minimap. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys have found this video to be somewhat useful. Just again, I want to reinforce that you are taking a risk if you use this program, that Amazon might take enforcement action against your account, so you need to go in eyes wide open. If you found this video to be useful, please feel free to LC or S. Otherwise, have a fantastic day and happy hunting.